Hi Shaili, how are you? Welcome to Talent Talkies.
Thank you. I'm very well. How about you, Julie? It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you so much. Shaili is joining us. She makes wonderful ice creams under the brand name of Scoops by Shaili. Do you want to tell our viewers a little bit about your journey?
Sure, Julie. I have been working since the age of 18 or 19, since I was in SY. And I always wanted to, be doing something. And probably being brought up by a mom who was a perfectionist, it was always about doing something and excelling at it. I was fairly competitive at that age.
Okay.
And then when I got married, that transition into married life and new family, joint family, I quit working of my own accord because that was also as important as a woman then. And then eventually, with all the ups and downs in our life, at some point I had to start working again. And I started working again probably a decade ago, 10 years ago. Recently, within my ice cream business, again, I was brought up by my mother who was into catering and made ice creams, had a stall in Law Garden in those days by the name of Anando. So I was, in a way, I was always probably, trained or geared, brought up in those surroundings. So it just comes naturally to me. So a friend encouraged me to start doing the ice creams commercially. All these years I used to make for my family, but she pushed me into it literally. She's more a sister than a friend, and she in her own right is a master baker, probably the best in Ahmedabad, if not in the country. So with that little push, and of course always, like I said, I'd seen it happen around me all the time, I started my ice cream business in last Navratri. And my brother gave me that break because how do I kind of just start? And I did it in the garbas that happened in his society. And bus, it's then haven't looked back. So that's how I started.
That's wonderful. So my next question is that who inspired you? I think you sort of already given the answer,
He
but
said
maybe
that, yes,
you
my
can
mom
elaborate as
and my
well.
friend. Yeah, my mom. Uh, those years challenges were more, in-laws expectations were a lot, there was so much to do, raising family, children, keeping in-laws happy. But with all of that, my mother cooked, did catered for huge parties in those days, and she did it with so much passion, so much of hard work, dedication. And like I said, I always saw that happen all around me. She, even when friends came home, our friends, their friends, they were dying to eat my mother's food. It was like that. So in that sense, she's been my inspiration throughout. And she's always taught us, when we were young, and we came from a middle class background trying to make ends meet, that you should be such that if your plane crashed even in the middle of the forest, you should be bright enough and brave enough to find your way out of that. And that has always stayed with me. And thankfully for her teachings, we went through bad times a few years ago, and her teachings carried me through.
Okay. So, what is the biggest challenge you faced when you started this business?
So, by the time I was convinced by my friend that yes, I should do it, I had these tiny little machines that, I bought from the US, making ice cream, 1 kilo, 1.5 kilo you can make, but never ever thought about it commercially. So, right. And Navratri was very few days away, probably a week away from when we thought this is the right platform to start on. So, right from getting the machine, sourcing the ingredients, figuring out what flavors would sell, because what you would make for yourself at home is not necessarily what everyone will like.
True.
Determining all that at that point at the start was a huge challenge. And then if you want to sell it in a setup like a garba, where do you get the freezers, how do you store it, how do you cart it, how do you take it all there, how do you price it? So that 1 week initially was a big challenge. But till now, my biggest challenge would be 3 days into the Garba, when the Garba thing was also on, I got a phone call on a Sunday morning from a very big corporate that we've heard that you're doing ice creams, and 3 days from then, so it's So this was a Sunday. Tuesday was Dashera, and Thursdays went from Thursday to Saturday. Totally in 3 days at 3 different locations, they wanted ice cream enough for 10,000 people.
Oh my God.
Obviously, I was not geared, but again, being who I am, I did not want to say no without contemplating, without giving it a thought. All of 24 hours I worked on it. Monday, I did send them a quotation. And on Thursday, I told them 10,000 people was not possible. But I made 200 kilos of ice cream.
Oh.
With waiters, with everything, transport to Sabarmati and everything. And we managed to do that. Those 4 days were nerve-wracking. But that gave me the confidence that yes, I can do this. I enjoyed doing it, though it was challenging.
Yeah.
But I love challenges. When you overcome them, then it gives you immense pleasure.
Very true. So is there any particular moment or memory that stands out for you during your journey since last Navratri?
So there are multiple moments that stand out, but I'm proud of the fact that through all this, I was detected with cancer.
Okay.
And in spite of that, and going through the treatment and being homebound for a long, long time, I could continue because probably I had more time also, and the other businesses where I need to go out were kind of, I was not doing that. So that helped me develop flavors, focus more on the ice cream business because I was always home. And in a way, I think that was also for me personally a challenge. And I took it positively rather than, reel under the fact that, oh, I'm ill, I'm this, I'm that. That kind of gave me strength, and I could use my time productively, And instead of it being an idle mind devil's workshop, I let my mind be involved in all this. And that I think was a great thing when I look back.
So I think that is fantastic, and I am sure that you will inspire a lot of women who are going through some difficulties in life, who give them strength.
I hope so. I wish I can.
So what do you think people should know about one thing which is very important to or unique to your business to know about your new initiative?
I think when I started, I was wondering that because I've been only making for my home and my family food, that it is. So, obviously you use only the best of materials. You haven't given the commercial angle a thought. And again, I was told by my friend who also does high-end premium desserts that you make exactly what you make, and whatever the costing, if people want to order, they will order. Don't compromise anywhere. That instead of say saffron, use saffron color. Suppose, I'm just giving you an example.
Right.
Or essence. Don't do that. Do what you do for your family because that is what you're good at.
Right.
That is what brings out, whatever that sets you apart from the others in the market. So do not compromise. Do what you do best. If you have self-belief and conviction and you know what you're doing and you're passionate about it, you will be able to sell what you make. I'm happy to say that I've got so many clients now who I don't even know. Unknown numbers on the phone, word of mouth. I've not given any advertisements anywhere, just Instagram and my broadcast list. But people hear about it and come to me. So I now firmly believe, initially I was apprehensive, but people will they buy expensive ice creams? There have been friends who are well off, who out of concern have told me, but this one charges this much, that one charges this much. Are you sure you'll be able to sell? But thanks to this, just one friend who said, if you can't, don't, but do not compromise on the quality. And I firmly believe that if you're good at something and you have belief in your product or whatever you're doing, you are bound to do well.
Yeah, that is very true. So how has this initiative changed you from your work perspective?
So the one biggest change I would say is that suddenly, obviously, when you get into business, your mind is just constantly working towards that. Sometimes even in my sleep, I'm like, oh, why don't I try this flavor? why don't I try that flavor, So one is that. Two, now my focus has shifted to, again, okay, how do I source the best product at the best rates? How do I uh, make new flavors? How do I reach out to more people? So now my mind, I think 70% of my work time, if I'm not physically involved, mentally, my thoughts are only towards that. And I do realize what has changed is that my perception that yes, people are willing to pay if you give them something nice. And now probably Corona also, in a way, I feel, instead of again looking at it negatively, people's focus or whatever on thoughts on good hygienic product where they know the source,
Right.
and if they know you and the kind of thing, so that has worked as an advantage for me.
Yes.
So I do, what has changed in me is I'm now much more confident than when I started, because like I told you, I was apprehensive about the pricing and other things, but that has changed. I know for a fact that people are very happy to get good quality stuff. As long as you do not compromise, they're all happy.
Very true. So is there anything else you would like to add or share with our viewers?
I can only share what I have gone through personally in my life. So I would say that I have gone through financial and medical ups and downs in the last 15-20 years. There have been days when you are in tears and you feel, oh, now what? But I feel whatever happens for the best. Like for me, I was always enterprising. I was always working, but then there was no need. Probably that ambition factor at that age wasn't there. I was young and I was very happy to give away my work or whatever, just to be, in a family, be happy, have kids, this, that. But what I want people to know, that it is possible, because when push comes to shove, your inherent self comes out. I started working against all odds, didn't want to leave the children, so started working from home, even my other business.
Right.
And you can fine tune. I've seen my mom do it, and I repeat that all of us can strike that balance. And there will be times where sometimes you feel, oh, maybe if I had more time for my children, it could have been this way. Or sometimes you feel, oh, maybe if I had more time for my business, it could have been this way. But do not regret. Everything kind of pans out in the long run. Now kids are in their 20s and they've turned out fine. So do what you need to do, follow your heart, and do it with a lot of passion and dedication.
So I think you're one of the women who I have interviewed so far. Has been one of the most inspiring story I have interviewed. So I'm sure that
thank you so
many
much.
people from around the world would be extremely happy to hear about it. Thank you for being on this platform.
It's been such a pleasure.
Thank you so much. My viewers, if you are new to my channel, do subscribe. We have wonderful women like Shaili on a continuous basis. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Julie. It was nice talking to you.
Same here.